Welcome to the Fearless Female Entrepreneur Podcast, where you learn how to set aside your fears and limiting beliefs and step into the entrepreneur you are meant to be. Hi there, I'm your host, Katerina, mindset and confidence coach for female entrepreneurs and your personal cheerleader to success. I teach female entrepreneurs just like you how to identify and overcome your limiting beliefs and imposter syndrome mindset, step into and ignite your confidence, and unapologetically show up in your business as the fearless entrepreneur you are born to be. Each week, I share the wisdom, tips, insights, and motivation you need to overcome doubts and obstacles holding you back from success. You will walk away feeling empowered and ready to take bold action towards your goals and dreams. So, if you're ready to build the life and business you dream of, let's jump in. Hello, lovelies. Welcome to the Fearless Female Entrepreneur Podcast. So, today's episode was actually prompted by the first checklist item on the mindset and confidence assessment. There's a reason why it's the first on the list for creating a business with confidence. And it's because it really is the most important. Side note, if you haven't taken the assessment yet, no worries. The link is right there in the podcast description. Just scroll down and click the link and you can download the assessment. So here's the thing. Sometimes we just need to go back to basics, right? So when I was thinking about this week's podcast and what I was going to talk about, I had a list of ideas and nothing seemed right. I went through lots of topics. And so I sat down with my journal, lit a candle, made some yummy coffee, and asked the universe the all-powerful question. What the heck should we chat about? What do people need to hear? And what popped up was loving what you were doing. And I knew that was the first thing listed on the assessment. And so I was digging deeper and I was, writing in my journal. And so here's the question I have for you. Do you have a clear vision for your business that feels right and aligned for you? Because that's the most important piece of being in business, that you are excited about it, that it feels so good. And it's always the first thing that pops up when clients are striving for the confidence to go after their dream business and step out and be visible. When they're struggling to take action and show up visibly in their business, this is usually what comes up in the conversation. And it really is the most important piece in business. Yet it sometimes is the one that we get derailed from because we doubt ourselves or we get comparisonitis and start to do things that others are doing, or we go down the buy the how-to course tunnel and think if I just take one more course or learn something new, it will solve my issue and everything will feel fantastic. Thinking we need to do certain things to attract clients or make money, we have to do it a certain way. So sure, you need to be visible and you need to have relationships and you need to know how to talk about your products and your services, but really it's all about your heart for your business and loving what you are doing that matters most, that what is right for you and is aligned with what you really want your business to look like. It's what you love about it, why you're doing it, the knowledge you have about it, the pride you have in your experiences and expertise around it, why you want to help people, and how strongly you believe that your business can help them. So when you have all these pieces, it makes everything easier. We take for granted, how much passion actually plays in connecting to our dream soulmate clients and giving us the energy and excitement to show up each day and talk about our businesses. We need to love it so much that we can talk about it all day long and share our energy and passion for it with others that will actually be attracted to that energy and share it in a way that feels good and right for us. And as you get visible in your business, you will be sharing it over and over again in every post, in every blog post, in every podcast, in every video. And you should be excited about it. And in a sense, you shouldn't be at a loss for words or knowledge, because you continue to expand your knowledge and skills around it. And you have that passion for it, so you are digging in deeper and reading books about it, and working with clients and learning more as you're working with them. But you know what? Even beyond all of that, beyond loving the idea and the mission of your business, you have to love how your business runs. Like, you have to love all of the elements. Now, don't get me wrong, there are things in my business that I'm like, oh, I have to do that again, and I don't want to. But you should still love each piece of it. Um, so let me give you an example. So back in the summer, I realized I wasn't promoting my membership program. And I love my membership program. I love the women in it, but I just wasn't promoting it. And I just never talked about it. I never felt confident sending people to the sales page. And so one day I realized that I hated the back end payment processor. It was so complicated on the back end. And even though I knew people subscribing and putting their credit card in and, whatever, didn't see the back end, I still felt it just felt so complicated to me. So whenever I thought of sending somebody to the sales page, it was like a jumbled mess and my chest would hurt. I'm like, oh, it's so complicated. And, I felt guilty because it was recommended by somebody that was so good at knowing those payment processors and systems. And so one day I was like, but it's not working for me. And it feels icky and it doesn't feel right on how I want my business to run. And as soon as I switched to something that became simpler, it opened up not just me promoting my membership, but so many other opportunities in my business to sell other courses and programs. And it was just one piece of my business that I despised, that as soon as I did it my way and fell in love with the new platform, I felt so much more confident. And so, another example, if you listen to the first episode of this podcast, episode 20, I chatted about at some point I had shifted my focus from mindset and confidence coaching to business coaching. And somewhere I had shifted my mindset and told myself the story that it would be easier to bring in more clients. And I thought that's what, my clients and my audience needed, but I was miserable. I didn't want, my heart and soul didn't want to create like how to build a business courses. Like, I didn't, I walk my clients through that, but I didn't want to create this content for it. And do you know what happened? For months, I barely took on clients. I didn't promote my services. I created all these like mini courses that I had pins going to like the sales page for, but I never talked about them. Never. It felt oh so wrong. I lost my confidence. I was filled with so many negative stories about, I can't do what I really want to do. And my mindset just took a nosedive. And when I finally released myself from focusing on programs, from focusing on business coaching, um, everything just didn't feel right. And I decided to align with what I was drawn to talking about. Like, as I said before, what can I talk about all day long? What can I coach people on all day long? And shifting to only doing what felt amazing to me, the world opened up in my business. Even with this podcast, I I had started it as True Joy Revolution, and I had a good run. But last year, it just didn't feel right anymore. It didn't feel aligned with where I wanted my business to go and my new vision for my podcast. So now, once I rebranded it to the Fearless Female Entrepreneur, I cannot wait to record episodes. I have 30 episodes already outlined to record. And that's the magic of doing it your way. I gave myself permission to build it my way, to decide what I wanted to coach women on each and every day, the workshops, the boot camps, the courses that I wanted to provide in a way that I wanted to work with my clients, right? I chose, more of these mini group coaching programs, though I still do one-on-one coaching. I love the mini groups, I love my membership. Um, and then my podcast, how I wanted that to fit in with my business and serve my amazing community that I built. And as I mentioned before, sometimes we just try new things because we see that others are doing them and they're successful at doing them. And, maybe we learn something new and we decide to give it a try, and that is okay. I am all for trying new things, right? The only way you know if it's going to feel right or not is to try it. And then if it doesn't feel right, tweaking it, and doing something different or scrap it all together. But you have to give it a try with the intention of figuring out if it's going to work for you or not. And where we go wrong and lose our confidence and derail our business is when we build something that doesn't feel good. When we stay in the not so good or with something that just isn't working. Um, when we talk about something that we aren't passionate about, when we try to be visible on social media platforms that we don't drive with, that's when we go wrong. And I talk to clients about this all the time. You know what? If you hate writing, don't blog. If you can't figure out LinkedIn, don't use LinkedIn. If you don't feel comfortable on video and you have no desire to do it, don't. It sounds like so simple, right? But sometimes we forget that our business or that our happiness in business is what is going to attract those dream clients to us because we're going to do more of the things that feel really good. And our potential clients in our loyal community, they're going to sense our passion and be attracted to what we're talking about, in our business and, about our services. But if you aren't feeling it, your posts and videos and podcasts and blogs will just fall flat. You won't promote them. You won't show up consistently, and your business is going to suffer and not grow. And I know, I know you don't want that, right? Nobody wants that. So let's just chat for a minute about why this is such a powerful conversation to have. And there are four reasons or four things that happen and we may not even realize we're doing that derail us from that, like the clarity and the aligned vision. And the first is we get lost in the weeds, especially when we start to doubt our qualifications and we think we don't know enough. So we start to find all the like how to's, like there has to be a way, there has to be a secret formula. And it takes us further and further away from what our heart and soul is screaming at us to do. We lose sight of our why for starting our business and for what the intention was, which is to help others solve a problem to make an impact. Plus, we struggle to figure things out that aren't coming natural to us. So we're focusing on things that, we're trying to make, it's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. It doesn't feel good, doesn't jive with us, it's not working. And we just stay in that struggle. And so we're stuck in these weeds. And sometimes it's like the back end stuff, right? If we have a passion for a business, that's not what we're struggling with. But if we're letting the vehicles for how we perform business, take away, our focus or we get stuck in it, figuring out how things work or making it more complicated than it needs to be, it then creates this like domino effect of feeling frustrated and defeated and resenting the process and even our own business. Ultimately, again, with us not showing up and connecting to our loyal community because we just feel like, oh, this is so hard. The second thing that we need to keep in mind is our mindset and limiting beliefs and fears derail us and distract us all the time. And when we don't put in the work on our mindsets and our doubts creep in about whether we're good enough or have enough or are enough or know enough to do what we love and doubt that the way that feels good for us to run our business will work, we start to move further and further away from the heart and soul of our business. And the heart and soul of our business should be like in everything we do. And that is when we start to move our business in the wrong direction, offering services that don't feel good and showing up in a way that doesn't feel natural. It's not enough just to love how you serve others. You have to love every single piece of your business. It should all just feel right. And the best way to do that is to do it your way. And the way that feels good for you is always the right way. It's always, if it feels good, keep doing it. I call it like follow the joy. Feels good, good. Do it. And that should empower you. So make sure you're aware of your negative self talk and your imposter syndrome. So you know, you want your mindset to ignite your confidence and excitement in your business. And you know what? Don't settle for anything else. You deserve to love your business. So, keep your mindset in check. Do the mindset work. Make sure that's a priority. You don't want it to distract from your business and the love you have for it and the why for starting it. So the other thing is, number 3, going further with like what we talked about above, we forget to trust our guts. The more we learn and take courses and hear people tell us what to do, and the more we kind of lean into, maybe I'm not qualified. Um, Maybe I need to know the secret formula. Remember something. This is your business, yours. It was a dream on your heart, which means your own intuition and gut, you know, that told you this feels good to start this business. It also knows how to tell you what feels good as it grows and takes shape. We're not trained to trust our intuition, but it will never steer you wrong. So the more you practice trusting that feeling of like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. It's not working the way I thought it would. Um, if you have that feeling of resistance to an area of your business, whether a program, a product or service, or how you're even promoting it, or the people you're even helping, it's your intuition waving a red flag saying you're on the wrong path. Something needs to be tweaked. You need to find something better, something that feels good. And I think, if we take a lot of courses as an entrepreneur and try to learn new things. But if you are learning something new, you're in a course, you're in a program, you're working with a coach or a mentor or somebody that's, teaching you something and something doesn't feel right about it and, or about the process you're learning or, it's just something feels off and you can't envision it in your business, don't incorporate it into your business. You have permission to do it your way. I tell people, take what you learn, take the things, the different ways to do things, different ideas, like even different programs or services, and put them in a toolbox. And when it feels good to pull them out, if ever, then take them out. But don't try to incorporate everything. Go with your gut and what feels good. The fourth thing, the powerful, thing to remember, to keep us on track with loving our business is comparisonitis. And oh, comparisonitis. It will always lead you down a path that does not feel right for you. Just because something is working in someone else's business doesn't mean it will feel good for you or even work for you. One of my taglines in my business is live life your own way. And in business, it's do business your way. And you never, ever, ever find the right way by looking at somebody else and how they're doing their business. You can take ideas and then, but ask yourself, is that going to work for me? Is that aligned with my vision? Does it feel good? Will I feel good doing that? It really is that simple. Building a life and a business that feels right and good for you, that aligns with your values and how you want to work with people and who you want to work with. It really gets to be that simple. And just a side note, if it starts to get complicated, if your business just gets to be like too much, simplify it because it doesn't need to be complicated. It's just about you offering a service and connecting to people that need it. That's the simplicity of your business. And when you get away from the heart and soul of that service element, then you've kind of you lost your vision, you lost your heart, you lost your why, and there's something out of alignment. Um, so you know when you have all that in place, when you feel aligned and you feel like you have clarity around your business and it's feeling good, all of that is the spark that ignites your confidence. It's like the foundation where you can ask yourself why you love it so much. What does feel good? And how that says something about why you are meant to do this business and help these people, right? Make an impact. And when you have this piece in place, this business that feels amazing for you, it makes working on your confidence and feeling like the expert and feeling like you're qualified for this role you're taking on with your business, and basically your overall mindset so much easier. Like working on all of that becomes easier because the business feels right. You just need to like grow into your confidence to get out there and shine. So today, I challenge you to look at all of the elements in your business, and even in your life, the overall vision, each of your products and services, the social media platforms, the software you're using, your website, your social media posts, podcast, blog, everything in your business, and ask yourself, how do they feel for you? What doesn't feel right? What tweaks can you make that will feel so much more aligned for you? Is there something you want to give up? You hate doing your blog. Can you not do it anymore? How would that free you up to show up in other ways? Ask yourself what is holding you back because it doesn't feel right. Make sure that you know those pieces, and then create a plan to either tweak them, drop them, try something new, fix it, change the software system. But know you know what you feel for all of them. Do they feel right? What doesn't feel right? And it's the best place to start, to have that like kind of sigh of relief and revitalize and refresh your business and ignite your excitement and passion once again. It's like giving yourself permission to make changes and tweaks so that it feels good and aligned for you. So I hope this episode has been helpful for you and gave you some aha moments. Thank you so much for joining in. Again, if you haven't downloaded the Mindset and Confidence Assessment, it just kind of gives you 30 things to think about in terms of your life, your business, and how you feel about them, how confident you feel, what's your mindset around these 30 things. So if you want to download that, either go to my website at katerinakormas.com or click the link in the podcast episode description, and you can, download the assessment, take the assessment, and then email me or DM me on Facebook or Instagram and let me know what came up for you. Where do you feel like you couldn't check it off because you didn't really feel that confident in that area, or you weren't feeling like you had some negative thoughts around it. I'd love to know. So yeah, thank you all again for listening, and I will see you all next time. Bye.
Hi, lovely. Thank you so much for listening to the Fearless Female Entrepreneur podcast. I want to invite you to join me over on Instagram at True Joy Experience. That's where I share how-to tips, inspiration, and my own personal stories on how I gained the confidence and clarity that helped me leave my 9-to-5 behind and design a life and business that I love. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you can receive the latest episode right to your phone each week, right when they launch. Finally, if you are ready to become the fearless female entrepreneur that you are meant to be, download the Mindset and Confidence Assessment to discover what is holding you back from stepping into all you are capable of achieving.